warrior who carries the hopes and dreams of his island nation.
God gave me responsibility to help people.
Tomorrow night, Mayweather and Pacquiao will finally cross paths on the legendary Las Vegas Strip, the culmination of 2 epic journeys. A long-awaited date with destiny. But before they step into the ring, they step onto the scale. From the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, the weigh-in for Mayweather vs. Pacquiao is next. Welcome to Weigh In Live, Mayweather Pacquiao, coming to you from the MGM Grand Garden Arena, where all week long, the excitement for the mega matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao has continued to build. Mayweather made his arrival here at the Grand Garden Arena on Tuesday. Previous fighter arrivals have taken place in the hotel lobby, but the sheer magnitude of this event and the expected throngs of fans and media dictated a move to the big arena. Pacquiao, for his part, chose to skip the traditional hotel arrival, opting instead to meet with media and fans at MGM's sister property, Mandalay Bay. Wednesday's news conference was a scene unto itself, with news outlets the world over in attendance, and by yesterday, the press room was working overtime to accommodate the sheer volume of credentialed media on hand. And now, just moments from the fighters stepping onto the scales, the arena is filled with fight fans eager to take part in this historic showdown. Hello again, I'm Jim Lampley, and we welcome you to the official kickoff to the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, an event that continues to astound us in its capacity to attract attention, to generate interest from factions of the general public which rarely, if ever, show interest in a boxing match. The reported revenue projections of as much as $400 million, when all is said and done, will obliterate anything the boxing world has ever seen. It, in fact, will eclipse, by our count, the annual economies of 29 different countries. And the atmosphere here in Las Vegas this week has been like nothing we've ever seen. This, for instance, was the scene moments ago as Manny Pacquiao made his arrival. Pacquiao finds himself in the unusual position of underdog this weekend, but the odds here in Las Vegas have been narrowing steadily since the fight was first announced, as many have long believed him to be the best bet to finally hang a loss on the undefeated Floyd Mayweather. And there is Mayweather, the undisputed pound-for-pound king. 47 wins, no losses so far. Rarely seriously challenged in a prize-fighting ring over the course of a nearly 20-year career that has seen him grow into one of the most highly paid entertainers in the world. It's boxing's 2 biggest stars, the 2 clear-cut best fighters of their generation, and they're due on the scales at approximately 6:15 Eastern Time. The enormity of this event has no doubt been amplified by the fact that it's the first true fight-of-the-century type showdown of the social media age. And in the spirit of that, we invite you to vote via Facebook or Twitter on who you think will win tomorrow night's mega matchup between Mayweather and Pacquiao. We'll reveal the results a little bit later in the show. Max Kellerman and Jim Gray will be with us, reporting from the center of the action down below. And joining me now, Showtime boxing analyst Al Bernstein. Al, in recent years, and really within your and my tenure covering the sport, we've watched the weigh-in evolve from a perfunctory exercise to be sure that the fighters are in the right weight area, to a show that the public would begin to take in, to a spectacle, and now this surpasses anything we've ever seen. Does it become a part of the psychological warfare between the 2 fighters, the way these things are now set up?
You know, we have seen fighters before on these big stages reveal a little bit to us about how they will act on the big stage as they get ready for a big fight. These 2 fighters, of course, have been here, done that before. But the other thing is, for the fans, it becomes a real focal point. And I'll tell you what, it is part of the entertainment package, as people can hear behind us.
No, absolutely. They paid admission to get into this weigh-in, which, as far as we know, is a first. Just a few minutes ago, Jim Gray of Showtime interviewed Floyd Mayweather Sr., trainer to Floyd Mayweather, and here's what he had to say.
Floyd, how would you assess your son's training? He told us yesterday that he doesn't have quite the same passion and heart. How do you think he's done so far?
He's got enough passion and heart to get this taken care of.
He says it's getting harder and harder to go into the gym and to work, but once he gets there, you can't stop him. Was it hard to get him to work and the gym?
Well, I've been training Floyd all my life, so, he always trained, and it never was hard. He always wanted to come to the gym. But, when you get older, things change. Things change. But I don't think it's going to change right now. I don't think Pacquiao he's not finna win.
What do you think of the criticism that has been leveled at you by Freddie Roach, and also to your son, what he has had to say about you both.
Man, but they just talking shit. They're gonna get their ass whooped, and then all the mouthing and talking will be over.
Is there anything that concerns you, or is there anything in your mind that you think can derail your son from being undefeated?
Ain't nothing can stop my son but the man above. And other than that, nobody.
Floyd, we appreciate your time. Look forward to tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.
Relatively few words from Floyd Sr. I'd say nothing really unexpected there. Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao's trainer, is quite outspoken in saying that he believes Floyd Mayweather Sr. means practically nothing to his son as a trainer. It was really Roger Mayweather, his uncle, who guided his progress all these years. Does Freddie say that because he truly believes it, or is that trash talk?
He told us that he does believe it. He said it's not about hyping the fight. It's not about getting some psychological advantage. And, of course, Freddie has been more outspoken against a number of Pacquiao opponents in recent years. So, in a way, this is keeping with his more recent profile. But you can feel the enmity between those two men, he and Floyd Mayweather Sr.
All right. And a little bit earlier, our Max Kellerman, or HBO's Max Kellerman, I should say, spoke to Pacquiao trainer Freddie Roach. Let's take a look at that.
Freddie, when Pacquiao first started moving up in weight, he went up to welterweight and fought all these big guys, he was destroying them in a way that we've never...
Fighters Association Trainer of the Year awards on his resume, so while the numbers there favor Roach, who is by far the most highly decorated trainer in the sport, both men have consistently worked with elite talents, and both are considered among the best in the game. We are in Las Vegas for the biggest of big fight weekends, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, in a matchup of this generation's top 2 pound-for-pound fighters. A truly brilliant performance for a brilliant fighter. Never has it been more clear who's the world's #1 pound-for-pound fighter.
We thought Manny Pacquiao was great. He's better than we thought.
Floyd Mayweather is showing you again that his skill level is different from other people, and he stands alone. Tomorrow night, join us at 8 p.m. Eastern for Countdown Live Mayweather-Pacquiao as we set the scene for tomorrow night's mega matchup. And at 9 p.m., live on pay-per-view, it's Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, one of the most anticipated matchups in the 125-year history of boxing. A little bit earlier, the weigh-ins for the 2 undercard fights, both of them taking place in the featherweight division. That's Vasily Lomachenko of Ukraine, and that is his opponent, Gamaliel Rodriguez of Puerto Rico. They both weighed in successfully under the 126-pound limit for their fight. The other undercard fight matches red-hot Leo Santa Cruz against Jose Cayetano of Tijuana, an auto insurance selling construction worker. And they also weighed in successfully. Santa Cruz is moving up to featherweight for this fight. We're minutes from the fighters stepping onto the scales for this 147-pound super fight. Now let's take a look now at the common opponents of both Mayweather and Pacquiao, and what a list it is. With all 5 shared opponents, surefire entrance into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Both Mayweather and Pacquiao punched their tickets to true superstardom with victories over Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd in 2007 via decision, Manny by TKO 19 months later. Both scored emphatic knockouts of British star Ricky Hatton. Both have decisive wins over Shane Mosley and current middleweight titleist Miguel Cotto, with Pacquiao scoring the late stoppage against Cotto. And while Pacquiao has waged a near decade-long war with Mexican star Juan Manuel Marquez, whom he fought 4 times, including a knockout loss in their last meeting, Mayweather easily decisioned Marquez in 2009 after a nearly 2-year layoff. We asked each of those 5 men for their predictions on the matchup. Let's take a look.
I think that Mayweather has the speed and the movement and the ability to win. This is the type of fight that can go either way, but my pick is definitely Mayweather.
My head's with Mayweather, but my corazón is with Pacquiao.
I'm not going to pick a winner because this is a tough fight. We have one corner Manny Pacquiao and the other one Floyd Mayweather. But the guy who comes with no fear of anything on May 2nd, that's going to be the winner.
I think Mayweather wins this fight because Mayweather has experience, because Mayweather has a great defense. He used the counterpunch very well. Mayweather is more intelligent than Pacquiao. I think Mayweather wins this fight.
I would give Floyd the edge because Floyd can generally adapt to whatever style he's in against, and I think he'll adapt to Manny.
So what does it all mean? We'll find out tomorrow night. And with that, we remind you to cast your vote via Twitter or Facebook as to who you think will win tomorrow night's super fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Already, this event is being mentioned alongside some of the most historically significant matchups in the history of the sport. Some of those were defined by the action delivered in the ring, others for their cultural significance. It can be argued that this one thus far has been defined by the balance sheet. And let's take a look. And there's the smiling face of Pacquiao, and Al Bernstein. Yesterday we met with him and he smiled all the way through the meeting.
Manny Pacquiao, who was as engaging when he met with us as anyone. It was amazing.
Let's go to Michael Buffer now.
The welterweight titles will be on the line, but most importantly, the title of pound for pound, the best fighter in the world. At this time, please welcome to the stage the man whose credentials guarantee him a place in the Boxing Hall of Fame. 57 victories, 38 wins by knockout. He's the fighting pride of the Philippines, a record 8 division world champion, the reigning and defending two-time WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
Fundamentally, control of the event has belonged to Mayweather Promotions and the Mayweather side. So I had a hunch that this crowd for the weigh-in would be heavily pro-Mayweather. That doesn't seem to turn out to be the case.
No, and we've seen that revealed in all these polls where people are picking the winner. People are picking with their heart and picking Pacquiao. And this crowd clearly is showing him a lot of love. How do you know a fighter is relaxed coming into a weigh-in when he takes a selfie of himself, right?
Here is the Pac-Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, boxing's undisputed #1 attraction, ready to take on the challenge of his career. He is a future Hall of Famer, a record of 47 wins and no losses, the renowned pound-for-pound great and pay-per-view king, the 11-time world champion in 5 weight divisions. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the celebrated boxing superstar, introducing the one, the only, Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather fighting in his hometown and in what has to be called his home arena, even though Pacquiao has also fought here many times, Al, but Mayweather's level of comfort amid these circumstances probably unsurpassed at this point.
Probably unsurpassed in boxing history because of how many fights he's had here, and the fact that, as you pointed out earlier, Jim, he almost controls his own destiny as it relates to every detail about these kind of events, and we're kind of seeing his comfort level here.